Watching your child feel stuck and not knowing how to help is one of the hardest feelings as a parent. My son was shutting down, not because he didn't care and not because he was lazy, but because he was overwhelmed and I was making it worse. Telling him to just get started or lecturing him on how to manage his time, even encouragement wasn't working. I just didn't know how to help him. So this time I tried a different approach. And what happened honestly surprised me. Hi, I'm Megan, and welcome back to Moments That Matter. So I have a son that is very much like his mother. He tries to do all the things and feels responsible to be able to do all of the things. He's trying to make some positive changes in his life. Less screen time, better time management, but he was feeling super discouraged and frustrated, and honestly, he was feeling pretty lost in his efforts. None of the things that he wants to do is unreasonable, but all of it together was feeling like too much for him. He was feeling stuck and super frustrated. One night he plopped on my bed and I recognized what I saw. The bouncing knees, the head in his hands, the big sighs. I could see tears at the surface. I recognized that feeling because I felt it too. When everything feels so important and so many things feel like they need change, nothing feels doable. His issue wasn't a lack of desire, and it wasn't even necessarily a lack of effort or motivation. It was that he just couldn't see a path forward, and it was kind of paralyzing him. I tried to talk him through it, telling him that I understood and kind of coaching him on how to get out of that stuck feeling. But there was this moment where he just stopped talking and he just put his head in his hands. And I knew that what I was saying wasn't helping. Hearing things that he already knew actually made him feel worse because he knew he wasn't doing the things that he knows he should do. I totally could relate to how he was feeling. And I think our instincts, especially as parents, when someone comes to us with a problem, is to immediately give them a solution and to try and motivate them. We say things like, you just got to get started, or once you get going, it'll get easier, or sometimes you just got to do the things that you don't want to do in order to get to where you want to be. And none of those things are wrong. It's all really great advice. But when someone's brain already feels overloaded, it doesn't help. Because overwhelm is not a motivation problem. It's a clarity problem. It just feels like there's so much stuff and you can't see how it's all connected or where to start or where the solution is. It's just a big mess and jumble of all of the things, and all of the things feel like they need to be addressed right now. And so when I realized what my son was experiencing, I thought, okay, what do I do when I feel this way? This is something that I've actually been working on for quite a while. And I have kind of made some progress in learning how to sift through these feelings when they come. So I put my hand on his shoulder. I made eye contact with him. And I reminded him that he's okay. Everything's going to be okay. I think it's important for me, at least, when I feel so overwhelmed with all of the things. I need to remember, I need to be brought back into the moment and remember I'm okay. And then I just looked at him and I said, let me show you something that's worked for me. Instead of trying to fix it right away and just giving him the answer, I shared with him that I struggle with the same thing, with very similar feelings. And then I showed him my process of how I find my way out of it, how I find the path forward. What I talked about in my last video about planning and calendaring for the year, I actually applied that same framework to his situation. We laid everything out. I pulled out a pad of paper and I asked him questions, and we just started writing it all down and laying it all out, all of the things that were in his head and all of the things that he was feeling and what he was trying to accomplish, just so we could see it. Was it actually as big as it feels inside his head? What actually needs to happen right now? What can wait? And what things were the most important to him? And once everything was out of his head and on the paper, something shifted. It was so cool to see it. His demeanor just changed. The tone of our conversation changed. He could see a path forward. I could see it in his eyes. He moved from feeling inadequate and hopeless to capable, confident, and really full of hope. Watching that shift happen in real time reminded me why planning works, not just for me, but for him too. Preparation builds confidence, and planning clears the path forward. When our lives feel so overwhelming, it's rarely because we're incapable or even because we don't have enough time. It's usually because everything feels urgent and undefined. Everything feels of equal weight. Therefore, we feel like we have to do all of the things at the same time. But clarity and order, putting things in their place, actually helps create movement forward. And that's true whether you're planning a year, a month, a week, a day, or helping your child get back on track. Applying planning to family life doesn't mean controlling our kids and telling them what to do all the time. Trust me, trying to control your kids has never worked well for anyone. Planning just means helping them see. And it's important to teach them how to plan. This is an important skill that they're going to need in order to navigate life. That skill will matter long after that one moment of overwhelm passes. Sometimes what looks to us like laziness or lack of motivation in our kids is actually overwhelm. And one of the most loving things we can do for our kids and also for ourselves when we're experiencing the same thing is to take a minute, take a step back, and create some clarity in the moment. Because when you're able to see a path forward, even if you don't have the full picture and you don't know exactly how all of the things are going to get done, or if all of the things are going to get done, once you see a path forward and an idea of where to start, you're much more willing to take that first step. So this week I learned and was reminded that the skills that I'm learning as a human to help me improve in my life, help me to reduce stress and overwhelm and anxiety in my own personal life, I can use that experience and those exact same skills and apply it to my children's problems. And I can help teach them the things that I've learned. Instead of providing a solution for them, I can really tutor them and coach them through the process, exactly how I've done it myself, even if I'm not perfect at it. And when I do that, not only am I helping my kids develop and progress and grow, it actually helps build and strengthen the connection between us as well. Thanks for being here this week. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching and making time with me to capture the moments that matter. If you liked this video, think about subscribing and joining me next time. We can be friends.